On April 12, 1633, Galileo testifies before the Inquisition in Rome. But what exactly got Galileo into legal trouble? And how did these legal issues impact his final years? Also, what effort was made more recently to try to make it up to him? Italian physicist Galileo Galilei is one of history's greatest scientists. He promoted Nicolaus Copernicus's heliocentric theory that the Earth and the other planets revolve around the Sun, which means that the Earth is not the center of the universe. This challenged the teachings of the Catholic Church at the time. Keep in mind that until 1870, the Pope was not only the head of the Church, but was also the political leader of much of central Italy. In 1616, Galileo first faced the daunting task of defending his beliefs before the Inquisition in Rome. Although not a formal trial, Galileo was warned that he must abandon Copernican ideas. Under immense pressure, Galileo agreed to recant, or take back, his writings supporting the heliocentric theory. He also promised to stop teaching those heretical ideas. However, he soon went back on the agreement and resumed pushing the view that the Earth revolves around the Sun, perhaps emboldened by the fact that the new Pope, Urban VIII, had been his supporter and friend. But Urban instead felt betrayed, and 17 years after his first interrogation, Galileo was brought before the Inquisition yet again on April 12, 1633, this time for a formal trial. Despite the overwhelming scientific evidence he presented, the 69-year-old Galileo was found guilty of heresy. He spent the rest of his life under house arrest, first in Rome and then in Florence. Galileo died at age 77 in 1642. His tomb can be found in Florence's Basilica di Santa Croce. Interestingly, later that same year, the heir apparent of his ideas, Isaac Newton, was born in England. In 1992, 350 years after Galileo's death, Pope John Paul II formally apologized for the Church's treatment of Galileo and officially acknowledged that he was right after all. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1861, the American Civil War begins when Confederate forces open fire on Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor. In 1945, Franklin Roosevelt dies of a cerebral hemorrhage while posing for a painting in Warm Springs, Georgia. In 1961, aboard Vostok 1, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin becomes the first human being in space. In 1981, Columbia, the first space shuttle, launches on its first ever mission from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Also in 1981, UNC linebacker Lawrence Taylor is drafted by the New York Giants with the second overall pick. In 1990, Sinead O'Connor refuses to appear on Saturday Night Live in protest of host Andrew Dice Clay. In 2020, data shows that Native Americans are dying from COVID-19 at a higher rate than other Americans. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. The 100 Years' War between England and France is fought off and on over a period of how many years? 83 years, 99 years, 100 years, or 116 years? Liked learning about Galileo and the Inquisition? Then you'll love this one about when he first unveiled his telescope 24 years earlier. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.